later. Okay, now let's jump into today's topic. What is an option? So I believe some of you here may still not familiar with this. So this is what's going to happen for the next maybe 15-20 minutes. I'll just go through the basics of what option is and explain how come options can be better than stocks in generating income. Okay. And I'm covering the theory part, so to set the stage. What Seong Yo was, as I have mentioned, he is a full-time options investor. He is the one that really on the ground that is really into options. So later he will share with you his experience and what kind of systems he has to help him generate that primary source of income. So that's what's going to happen today. Now, what is an option? Okay, basically is a contract between two parties. Okay, there is a buyer, there is a seller. Okay, what does the buyer has? The buyer have to pay the price to the seller, and once he has done that, he has the right. The buyer has the right at a certain time, at a certain price, to buy or sell the underlying instrument, okay, from the option seller. Okay, so I think the best way for me to illustrate this is actually through what I call a payoff table. So of course, if let's say if you eventually become an option investor, so this is going to be like your Bible or something very basic that eventually you will, live brief with. Okay, now options, there's actually this thing called the call options. Call options. Okay, let me just orientate you with the slide here. Okay, and this is what I call the payoff diagram, as you can see. So in a payoff diagram, the x-axis is the price of the underlying stock. Price of the underlying stock. The y-axis is your profit and loss. Okay. Now, option is called a derivative. So by itself, the contract has no value. Okay. So as per the name suggests, derivative, that means its value is actually derived from an underlying instrument. So in this case, of course, we are talking about stock options, which means what the value is actually derived from the stocks. Now, actually in Singapore, in fact, many of us has actually buy or sell option before. Can anybody make a guess or put in the chat? So what is a very common option in Singapore? Very likely most Singaporeans have either buy before or sell before. Anybody want to make a guess? OYP, OTP, okay? Thank you so much, okay, for property, So remember, if let's say, for example, when you actually want to buy a property, the first thing you assign is actually this thing called the options to purchase. Okay, that means give you the right to buy the property at a certain time. So the principle is the same. So in fact, it's actually the same instrument, but that one, of course, the underlying instrument is the property. In this case, the underlying instrument is the what is the stocks. Okay, thank you so much, Chu. Okay, now let me go through this example, then you probably will have a clearer picture. So let's assume this, we have a stock, maybe let's call it Apple, Apple stock, just for illustration purposes. Now, assuming that Apple stock is now trading at $55. Okay, like I said, options is just a contract between two parties. So for this example, maybe just take as me and Seong Yu, me and Seong Yu, these two person. So assuming this, I actually go and buy a call option for from Seong Yu. Okay, I go and pay Seong Yu $5. And then Seong Yu will actually sell me this call option on Apple stock. So with this call option as a buyer, me as a buyer, what I can do, I can buy the underlying instrument, okay, which in this case, the Apple stock at the strike price of $50 within the next 1 month. Okay, that's what it means. So let's say, for example, today I buy a call option from Seong Yu. Okay, I pay him $5, And then what's going to happen? I actually have the right to buy the underlying instrument from Seongyo, which is the Apple stock, at $50 within the next 1 month. Okay, so this is what the option does. So let's assume that, you know, within the next 1 month, the price of the stock actually go up to $75, for example. Then what would I do? I will actually take the option and run to Seongyo and say, hey, Seongyo, we have this contract, we have this option. I have the right to buy from you the Apple stock at $50. And because Seongyo is the option seller, he is obligated. If I exercise my option, he had to sell to me at $50. So what do? I actually buy from him at $50. Then I will immediately sell to the market at $75. Then I make $25. Okay, also this is what I will do. Okay, but if let's say, for example, instead of the price increase, the price drop to $30, for example. So what will I do? I will not actually exercise the option, right? It doesn't make sense for me to buy the stock from Seongyo at 50 and sell to the market at 30. It doesn't make sense for me to do so. So I will actually just let the option expire. Okay, so in this case, I will actually just lose $5. So this is what a call option does. It gives the buyer the right to buy the underlying instrument. Okay, as a buyer, I can buy, I can don't buy, and the seller the obligation. So if I exercise the option, the seller have to sell to me. Okay, if whatever I said just now is clear, don't mind, just help me type a 1 into the chat. If let's say if there's anything you don't understand, if you have questions, don't mind, you may want to ask now. So your feedback is appreciated because it's just going to get a little bit more and more complicated. If any question, feel free to ask. Okay, thank you so much for your feedback. Appreciate that. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, great. So of course, we also have this thing called the put option. We also have this thing called the put option. So the difference here is this, the put give you the right to sell the underlying instrument. So just now the call give me the right to buy the underlying instrument. Now the put option give me the right to sell the underlying instrument. Okay, so in this case, same thing. I actually buy a put from Seongyo. And if the price increase, let's say the price increase to $75, I have the right to sell to Seongyo at $50. Okay, so will I exercise my right or not? Okay, yes or no? Okay, don't mind, can just send me answer a chat. So let's say now I buy a put option from Seongyo, and I have the right to sell to Seongyo at $50. If the price increase to $75, would I exercise this put option? Yes or no? Can I just get some answer? Would I want to exercise this put option? Thank you so much. I will not. It doesn't make sense. Okay, if I exercise means what? I go to the market, I buy at 75 and sell to Seongyo at 50. It doesn't make sense. Then I'll lose $25. So in this case, I will actually let the option expire. Okay. Whereas if let's say the price drop to let's say $30, then what's going to happen? I actually go to the market and buy at $30, and I will run to Seongyo and say I want to exercise my option, and after that I will sell to at $50. So in this case, when the price drop, I will be making money. Okay, so there's these two options we have. Buy options, put options. Buy options allow the option buyer to buy the underlying instrument, whereas the put option allow the buyer to sell the underlying instrument. Okay, now with this basic understanding, okay, is now able to explain to me how come options is a good source of alternative income, and potentially it can become a primary source of income. What is the thing that options can do and yet you cannot do it with stocks? Okay, here we go. So number one, Okay, for options, you can be the option seller. Okay, anyone can be the option seller. It doesn't mean that, oh, you have to be corporates, or you have to be experienced, or you have to be very rich, then you can be an option seller. No, everyone can be an option seller. Okay, so in this case, you can actually treat options like you are setting up a shop in Lazada, or setting up a shop at Amazon. You basically sell things, and of course, when you sell things, you actually collect a premium. Okay, you actually collect a premium. Once you sell, you actually make money. So because of this feature, that's why you have better capability in generating a regular income, and then you become like a seller. Just like, for example, you open up a shop in Lazada, you sell clothes, okay, or you open up a shop in Amazon, you sell, I don't know, handphones, okay, and you just collect the premium. Also, options will allow you to do so. Okay, you'll be an option seller. Okay, so obviously, this comes with a risk. If let's say, for example, you sell a call, when the price increases, okay, your option will be exercised, then you will lose money. So by the way, since you're on this chart, so if let's say, for example, in this case, you just sell a call and do nothing else, you are selling this thing, what we call a naked call. A naked call. Please remember this word. So by the way, I'm not trying to be cheeky here. This is a technical word, naked call. When you go naked, that means what? Your loss can be unlimited now. Very dangerous. Please remember this. Never, 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 never get naked in options. Never get naked in options. So please remember this. Okay. So yeah, so you can actually earn a premium, but in this case, it's actually quite dangerous because this is a naked call. So how do you prevent yourself from getting naked? Then you can actually do this thing called the covered call. Covered call. So how does the covered call work? That means you actually own the underlying stock. Okay, you own the underlying stock. So let's say, for example, I own Apple stock, and I know that I will never sell. I want to keep it for my daughter type. But if I do so, I am not maximizing return while I hold the stock. So what I can do is I can actually sell a call option on my stock. Okay, so let's say, for example, I buy Apple stock, and I think that, yeah, maybe Apple will go for a correction. Maybe the price will come down. Okay, but I don't want to sell my stock. I'm not a trader. I am an investor. I don't want to sell my Apple stock. And yet I want to increase my return a bit. So instead of selling my Apple stock, I can actually just sell a call option. So if I'm right, okay, and indeed the price drop, okay, the options will not be exercised, I will just make a little bit of money from the option premium, as you can see here. Okay, and if I'm wrong, okay, after I sell the call option, the price actually increase, it's okay. Why? Because I have this stock already, okay, and I can just deliver this stock to the option buyer, and my loss is actually capped. So this is what I call a covered call. So just a quick summary of what I said over the past 5 minutes. Why options are able to give you a more regular income, because you can be a seller. You can be a premium collector. Okay, unlike stocks you can't. Okay, stocks most of the time you have to buy first and sell later. But options, you can be you just work to actually collect the premium. Okay. Now, of course, you can also sell put. Sell put. Okay. So in this case, you actually have the obligation to buy the underlying instrument. And of course, if the price decrease, you are getting naked. You actually be getting naked. Okay, but if let's say, if you think that the price will go up and you sell put, okay, then it's okay, nothing happened. you just collect the premium. Now, how do you actually protect yourself from here? So this is what happened here. You only sell puts when you are prepared to buy the stock. So let's say, for example, current price for Apple is $55. Okay, you are prepared to buy at $45 anyway. So assuming that you don't mind owning the stock at $45 anyway. So instead of just buying at 55 or wait blankly, you can actually sell a put. Okay, sell a put. So if let's say the price don't drop, okay, you actually collect the premium. And let's say, for example, the price drop, it's okay lah. It's okay because you actually wanted to buy the stock anyway. So that is actually no harm. So with the selling function, you can see that you can actually generate income from the premium. But of course, again, please never go naked. Okay, you must know how to cover yourself. Okay. So in fact, later Seong-Yo will explain further. So this is his main strategy for him to generate his regular income stream. And just to give you some numbers, because of course, stocks also can generate regular income. Okay, but very likely the stocks you need to have a higher capital. So let's say, for example, I want a monthly income of $2,000, for example. So for stocks, most of the time you have to depend on dividend. If let's say you want regular, okay, I know somebody will argue, say that, hey, stocks, I can do stock trading to give me income. Okay, yes, stock trading can give you income. I don't deny that. But stock trading, can it give you regular income or not? Then that is a question mark. Agree with me? Okay, so let's say, for example, I want regular income from stocks, then have to be from dividend. Okay, assuming I want $2,000 per month, okay, I will need a capital about $480,000. Okay, assuming a 5% dividend yield to generate that $2,000 per month. Okay, so okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying stocks cannot generate income. It can. Okay, but relatively speaking, as you can see here, for stocks, if you want a regular income, you need a higher capital. And for options, you will need just about 80,000, as you can see. Okay, but life is very fair. For stocks, your effort required will be lesser, definitely. So let's say, for example, you are just buying stocks for dividend. Okay, maybe when you upfront stock selection, you just do a little bit more analysis. Then, in fact, after that is almost very minimal monitoring, almost like a passive income. Okay, you buy, park there. Okay, nothing major happen, you don't care. Then you just collect income very passively. Okay, whereas options, there is certain effort involved. You cannot just say, oh, just buy and park there. There is some effort involved. Okay, down here, I actually put like a part-time job. I just want to be very cautious here. I really want to put a point across here is that, hey, if you actually want to use option to generate this income, okay, you have to treat it like a job. Okay, you have to treat it like a job. You cannot treat it like, oh, okay, I just do it, leave it there, okay, then after that automatically will come. Okay, whereas for stocks, we can safely say that, okay, it's a passive income. Options, you cannot say that. But down here, I want to be very clear. Doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of time. Okay, like for example, maybe Seong-Yo can share a bit later. So for him to generate his income, he is actually talking about 1 week, either 2 or 3 days in a week. Okay, between 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's it, full stop. Okay, so you can think about it as probably like 6 hours, 6 trading hours. Of course, prior to trading, there's some work involved. Okay, but in terms of actual trading hours, it's just either 2 or 3 days per week. Then it's between 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. So by the way, options have to be US market. So that's why it has to be at night. Also, just to give you a sense of the kind of effort required, don't get me wrong, it's like, wow, have to work 8 hours per day, that kind, no. Okay. So of course, everyone is a little bit different. But I think the Xiongyo, I think 6 hours, trading hours is about there. Okay. Okay, so since now you know that the options, why options can better able to generate regular income, I just want to talk about some other features whereby maybe it's better to use options compared to stocks. Okay, like for example, options, you can also profit from a down market. So I think this is quite obvious. If let's say, if you think that, okay, the stock price is likely to go down, so you can actually do buy puts. So in this case, if you buy puts, then of course, when the price go down, you make money. Also, options can also allow you to do so. And options, you can also do it like an insurance, protect you from the downside. So this is also something quite unique. So let's say, again, this stock, you believe that the price will go up. So you can just buy a call option. So if it actually go up, again, good lah. Congratulations, you make money, just like you're buying the underlying stock. Okay. And if let's say, for example, it drops, okay, then what's going to happen? Your loss is actually capped. Your loss is actually capped. Can you see? Okay. So another benefit here is this. Okay, so let's say, for example, now Apple stock is 55. The Apple premium is $5, assuming. So if you think that price is go up, if you just buy the plain vanilla Apple stock, you have to pay $55 per stock. Can you see? Okay. But if you just buy options, you are just paying $5. And if you talk about the return, is the same. So, but in terms of ROI, that means amount you make your profit divided by your capital. So of course, options one will be a lot higher. Just look at the upfront investment for the same kind of return. Okay, so these are some of the benefits for options. And this is why options can be actually used as a regular income. And you think about it, like end of the day, there is 101 investment instrument. So each instrument has its pros and cons. And this is why, again, just like upfront, I actually talked about it. How come Invest Coach as a company, we bring different sorts of instrument? It really depends on your need. Okay, I'm not saying that option is better than stocks. I'm not saying that options is better than property. So it really depends on where, what situation you actually need. So like we mentioned in the advertising, in the marketing, if let's say, for example, either because of COVID or like what Xiongyo has mentioned earlier, it's time to get an alternate source of income, or it's time to get a better source of income, then maybe options is actually for you. Okay, but if let's say, for example, you're someone that says that, sorry, no time, already very busy at work, don't tell me 6 hours per week, don't even have 6 meals per week, then maybe options is not for you. Okay, so whatever I hope I want to share is clear. So of course, if there's any question on my part, later we will have a Q&A session. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do now is to pass the stage over to Xiongyo, whereby he share with you his real life, what they call it, the war dashboard, and how he has used options to generate steady income stream for himself, for his family. Okay, Xiongyo, all yours, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Imin. I almost forgot to unmute myself again. Let me share my screen. Imin, allow me to share my screen, please. Okay, Ken. All right, so let me just recap what some key points that Imin has already shared so far. So from the beginning, Imin touched on very important, Imin set the stage very importantly with the title that we have chosen, Options Investing Safely for Wealth Accumulation. So our purpose here today is to give you an idea, okay, at least an idea of how options can be a safe investing instrument for your wealth accumulation. And riding on that, I want to also anchor this point. We are not here to tell you that you can, we're not here to advocate that you can ditch your primary income, but you can consider using options as a means to have a strong candidate for a secondary income stream, or for purpose of you to allow you to generate wealth as a secondary income, to accumulate your wealth so as to achieve your own financial goals. So with that, I want to also bring you to 3 questions that we commonly encounter from the many webinars like today's session that we have conducted over the course of the last year and to date. So these are the questions that participants have commonly asked us. Number 1, options can make money or not? You know, the say in layperson term, can make money or not? Suitable for newbies or people or investors like me, and how much do I need in order to start? So allow me to address each of these questions, and with this following. So this is a snapshot of my so-called report card, my report card. So what I want to share with you, I mentioned earlier on that options actually has given me an income level that is almost on par with what I was drawing previously in my corporate job. Last year, my year-to-date performance, my overall performance was just a little shy of 100K. This is in US dollars, okay? Now, what I'm trying to advocate here is this. If it can work for me, of course, with the caveat that as a full-time investor, I probably spend a bit more time and effort and invest a bit more time and effort to look at it. But if you have a proper investing system, I'm pretty confident that even for other retail investors like yourself who don't do it on a full-time basis, you do it on a part-time, on a secondary income generation basis, this kind of result is possible. Okay, it is possible for you to achieve results like this or similar to this on a so-called secondary income generation basis. Okay, so but the more important question is how. Okay, this one I'll come to it in a while. Okay, so the how is, let me get out of this. Let me go to the next slide. With the right kind of option strats. Now, there are, based on what I know, there are easily more than 20 over option strategies. Eamon has already shown you 3 or 4. In fact, maybe 5 if you count covered calls. He has shown you buy call, buy put, sell call, sell put, and of course a cover call. So he has already shown you 5 basic option strats already. So what I'm going to show you now is, and if you remember, he's also told you that even as retail investors or even traders, right, we can all be option sellers, and that is primarily how I generate my income. I am primarily an option seller. I do use buy call, buying option strategies to help me generate income, which I will show you based on my portfolio in a short while. But first, let me show you what is the very first option strat, the predominant option strat that I use. The first one I use is this, what is commonly called selling puts. Now, let me orientate you to this, okay? Of course, this is historical. On 21st of June, I sold 3 sell put contracts for this stock called Citigroup, okay, which expires 2 weeks later. Now, the contract that I entered was at the contract price or the strike price of $70, meaning to say, on expiration date on 2nd of July, as long as Citigroup share price does not drop below $70, my option trades, my opposition is safe. It will expire worthless. Whatever premium or whatever option price that I collected on this day, which is this amount, $126, is mine to keep forever. It becomes cash flow. It becomes wealth that I accumulated, I generated. It becomes mine to keep forever. So true enough, on 2nd of July, Citigroup share price closed at 70.41, so which is higher than the $70. Okay, so removal option expiration, because it expired worthless, the $126 premium which I collected already 2 weeks ago becomes cash flow that is mine, that is deposited into my trading account and becomes capital that I use to generate even more earnings or returns for subsequent trades. Okay, so that is the first of the few of the various option strategies that I use to generate cash flow or create wealth for myself. Now, what's the second? But before I do that, how do I actually identify what is the price that I enter? So of course I use technical analysis, or TA for short. So TA allows me to then identify, okay, what would be the kind of price that I should enter an option trade. So with TA, I've identified that I should enter trades at $65 or $66, because these are the price or support prices. So these will be the strike prices I should look at, or prices or strike prices that are close to the support. So that's where I was able to determine, okay, so from TA, I then was able to determine that I should actually enter in the contract at $70. I mean, obviously it's better if I enter a strike price of 66, but if I find that there are no good entry points, then I will look at alternate. So 70 was the price that I entered, and this has worked well for me. And so TA is the basis where I identify what is the price to enter. And of course, TA also is, I also use TA to identify if, let's say, what would be good prices for me to enter for other option strategies. So the second option strat is this: buying lead calls or long calls. So remember the example that Emin has shown you, buying call. Buying call, if you look at it, buying call is like the option equivalent of buying low and selling high. So Emin has already said it very clearly. If you invest and generate income using stocks only, plain vanilla stocks, right? You have to firstly do your research and buy stocks that have the potential to appreciate sometime in the future. Options, actually, you can trade when the market is going up, when the market is going sideways, when the market is going down. Okay, and the thing about option is, option also has the equivalent of buying low and selling high. And the buy call strategy, buying lead, in this case buying lead call, buying long calls, it is the option equivalent of buying low today and then selling high into the future. Okay, now how does it work? Let me go into my actual trading platform and let me demonstrate to you. Now, if you look at this particular highlight that I've in this Apple share, so Email is using Apple right now. I'll show you the actual Apple. So back in December 22nd of December 2020, okay, I paid $48.50 times 100 shares, so $4,850 to have the right to buy Apple shares at $95 on or before the expiration of 20th Jan 2023, so about 3 years later. Okay, now today the option price of Apple option is at 67. So if you look at this particular column over here, I'm already sitting on a paper profit of nearly just a little shy of 2,000 US. So remember, Emin just talked about ROI, right? So options, this ROI is what 50%, right? Or more than 50. I didn't actually do a calculation, but you just look at this one. So you can see the options already has the ability to give you better than average, higher than average ROI. And in this case, if I choose to sell away this option, now remember I bought this option contract, I can close it by selling away and realizing this profit. This profit, if I, let's say when the market open later, if I choose to close it prematurely, I will be able to profit immediately almost 2,000. Now, if I choose to hold on until the maturity of this option and then exercise it before, let's say a couple of days before 20th of Jan 2023, it means that even the Apple share price by then, let's say it goes up to $200 or $300 or $500, who knows, right? I have the right to buy Apple at $95. For those of you who like Apple shares very much, wouldn't you like the to be in a position to be able to buy Apple shares at $95 even when the share price is run up very high? So this is an illustration of how options can actually allow you the ability to buy low and sell high later on. Okay, or even if you hold it to maturity, you still be able to buy the underlying stock at a very, very attractive price based on the contract that you entered before. So this is a living example of how options can actually allow you to profit from not just the underlying stock price movement, but also the option price movement. Let me just zoom in to see. So this is the exact example. On 22nd of December last year, I paid this amount. That gives me the right to buy 100 Apple shares at the price of $95 on or before this day. Now today, okay, so Apple option price is more because the underlying price has gone up. My option price has become more attractive. Of course, this screenshot is a bit dated. Based on the latest screenshot is what, $67, right? So my profit, I'm actually sitting on paper profit at 1,925. So almost just a little shy of 2,000. So if I choose to close this trade, I would be able to make a capital gain. So options actually also allow you to make capital gains. Capital gains is not just based on buying the share low, hoping to buy low today and selling high in the future later. Options can also allow you to make capital gains. So based on this example, the ROI is 15%, which is already way better than in many cases where you actually just buy and sell the actual stock itself. And not forgetting, okay, let's go back. Apple share price yesterday, based on closing yesterday, is $159. So it means that if you were to buy 100 shares of Apple, right, you're talking about putting down what, 16,000 US dollars. For myself, I only put down a fraction, a smaller percentage. I only put down $4,850. Okay, so in terms of money management or cash flow management, option already allows you this kind of better than average ROI returns, and also in terms of the cash, fund management, it actually allows you better ability to deploy your funds more efficiently and more effectively. So this is the reason why options can, in the hands of those who spend time and effort to learn and understand how to do it properly and how to do it with the proper risk management, with the correct kind of risk management measures in place, they will be able to profit. And again, how all this is done based on how with the help of the use of TA, technical analysis. Now at this juncture, let me just elaborate a little bit more. Options is in my perspective, options is really the last mile, or the final crucial step in terms of achieving your financial results or financial performance. Why do I say that? Because in the lead up to options, you would most likely have this in place, your own what you call investment process, or your own methods to identify stocks, to identify the right kind of investing approach, and then using options as your last mile. That means your final step in terms of execution, in terms of actually actualizing your trade and getting the cash flow in. So options, while we talk about options investing, really in our context, we're talking about a whole approach, and that is knowing, using fundamental analysis and TA. This is where you are looking at this chart, knowing how to use TA to help you identify the right price to enter, and then using options as the final crucial step to execute the trade to generate the cash flow. Okay, so coming back to option, some of the option strats, let me just zoom in again. So as part of risk management, I also use a lot of bull put spread. This is what we call a vertical credit spread. Why? Because I employ the use of two option strats in one approach, in one single approach. I sell a put and I buy a call to protect my put. So what happens is I sell a put that gives me this amount of premium. I buy a call because as a buyer I could pay money, right? But the difference between these two is still a net positive. So I'm still able to generate some premiums or some money, some cash flow from this difference. And this difference was as a result of, again, using the Apple example. I sell a put on Apple I sell a put at a strike price of 126. I buy a put on a strike price of 127. I sell for 127, buy at 126. Meaning to say that if Apple share price on the 25th of June does not drop below $126, my position is safe. The amount of premium, which is 220 I collected, becomes mine to keep forever. It becomes cash flow that deposits into my trading account. It becomes capital for me to reinvest to generate even more money in the future. So true enough, at the close of the week, Apple share price closed at 123, which is higher than the sell put price and higher than my buy put price. So which means my 20 contracts that I entered expire worthless. The premium that I collected upfront early on at the beginning of the week becomes cash flow that is mine, confirm mine. And it's through the use of all these option strats and through placing options, doing options on all these good or suitable stocks that actually allow me to have that kind of returns. And I would say that, so with that, I would say that let's go back to the three questions. Option can make money or not? Definitely can. If you are willing to invest time, effort to learn how to do it properly, use the right risk management tool, and suitable for retail investors. No. Yes, as in it's not no in terms of it's not rocket science, but you don't have to study like MBA, that kind of thing, to be able to use option. Definitely suitable for retail investors, especially if you're looking at using options as a means to generate additional income stream for yourself. How much capital to start? Now, obviously, the more the merrier, but it will be also not right for us to say put in all your life savings. No, you don't need a lot of capital to start. You actually need about from as low as a few $1,000s, like $3,500, because that's what the trading platform would require to do. But of course, if you're willing, you're able. If you have, let's say, 10 or 20K to start, that would be ideal. Why? Because remember Emin's chart that for options, if you want to aim for 2.5% monthly return based on the 80,000 starting capital, you'll be able to generate income of a monthly recurring income of 2K USD, right? So if consistent regular income stream is what you're aiming for, then of course options is something that can actually work to you in the context of you knowing how to employ the right option strat and using and having an investing system. So what is the investing system? Remember I said that option is a very important component of the your last mile execution strat. Now, what is my option, what is my investment process, which this I call it, for lack of better word, a FETS, a 4-step FETS. Why FETS? Okay, of course, for in today's context where we need to be PC or politically correct, especially if you're talking to a plus size person, FETS may not be a very good term to use, but think of it, I like to think of it, I don't mind having FETS in my wallets, I don't mind having a lot of FETS in my investing account. Okay, so with that as a context, the 4-step FETS is this. The F is for fundamentally knowing what kind of investor you are or we are. What do you like? What do I like? What do I believe in? If, for example, I like technology, so based on the fact that I like technology, I don't mind spending time and effort to learn about technology and to uncover good technology stocks or ETFs to invest in. So that's where the A comes in. Okay, work on yourself, then work on the stocks that suit you, and then progress to using TA. That's where the T comes in, to assess what is the good price to enter. And that's, you see my earlier example. Okay, so the T allows me to know what is the price, what is the strike price I should choose. And finally, the S, the right option strategy. Okay, do I do a sell put? Do I do a vertical credit spread? Or do I take a long-term horizon and buy a call so that I have a chance to buy the stock at a very low price in the future? And then that's the S is where I execute the trade. Okay, so with that, so as a summary, I've already given you a very quick idea, and this will be what I will be imparting in as part of my program. And the 2 basic option strats, or the simpler to adopt option strat, as well as 1 advanced strat, and that's a bull put spread. So with that, I trust that I've given you a good enough example. And let me just do a quick recap. So option can make money now, suitable for investors, especially, I would even go as far as say, especially if you're an investor, to look at financially proving yourself by learning how to have a investing instrument that allows you to be able to generate consistent secondary income stream. Okay, of course, if you do it consistently, there will come a time where if you choose to then progress to using options, to use options as a primary income generator, fine, that is also possible. But for those of you who are really looking at using an instrument for secondary income generation, I would say option is potentially a very viable instrument for you to consider. And of course, I say with caveat, we need to have the proper perspective. We don't expect you to become rich overnight. That's not our premise. Of course, you do it consistently over the long-term horizon, it is possible to reach a stage. But if you want it to be a secondary income generation, this would be a very suitable tool. And with that, okay, so I believe I've already addressed this. Can make money or not? Can, on question 1. Suitable or not? Definitely suitable. So I've already given you a flavor using the trading platform. How much capital you need to start? If you remember the slide that Emin has, okay, you need almost $500,000 to have a 5, and that's assuming the stock gives you a 5% dividend. And again, that's a very big assumption. If you invest in stocks like Amazon till today doesn't pay a dividend. Okay, you can only hope to buy Amazon like when it was like 10-20 years ago, when it was still trading at $10, $30, and then sell it today when it's $3,000. Okay, you can only hope to have that kind of returns only if you are able to buy low and sell high, and assuming that the stock actually pays dividends. So options, you can, with the right instrument, with the right option strat, as well as the appropriate risk management, you can actually have you can actually create for yourself a consistent income stream for yourself. And with that, Emin, I'll hand it back to you. I'll stop the share, hand it back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Xiong Yo. Okay, so once again, if there's any question, like I said, we actually have quite a small group here. Hopefully, try to make the best out of this session. If there's any questions, you may actually want to key into the chat right now. We will address the questions at the end of the session. I just have one last part to share. Then after that, we'll go for Q&A. So try to get as much as you can from us. This is what this session is about. Well, we will answer your question later, XJ, but yes, please keep the questions coming in. Okay, let me just talk about one last part. Okay, the part I want to talk about is as per the vision of my company. Everyone makes sound investment decisions. So basically, my company has been empowering people to make sure they make sound investment decision. Okay, what do I mean by that? Every time they buy, okay, they know exactly how they're going to make money. It's not try. It's not depends on luck. And they know why are they choosing this particular instrument. So this is what I mean by sound investment decision. And to do that, right, okay, I have been an investment trainer for 10 years. And I've been a professional investment trainer. That means I teach for a living. It's not like morning I'm a trader or fund manager and I can teach. No, I actually teach for a living. And I realized that, just by going through some boot camp, or 2-day course, 3-day program, to become a investor, not possible. Or other than that, not easy. So this is what we have done here, and I'm actually so glad that Xiong Yo has agreed. So we have basically set up an option investing group. Obviously, it's actually mentored by Xiong Yo. So Xiong Yo will be the main facilitator for the group. Okay. And the group has been around, I think, close to 1 year already, right? Xiong Yo, maybe can help me there. Is it close to 1 year already for the group?
Yes, 1 year already.
Close to 1 year. So in the group, there are many like-minded options investors, okay, whereby they actually share information, give stock ideas. And I believe that is the best way to not only learn, and more importantly, to apply the learning in the real-life scenario. Also, obviously, we will want to have more people to join the group. And more people making sound investment decision. So I just want to spend some time to talk about what is this group. Now, to actually join this group, right, we want to make sure everybody come in with the same background, with, of course, some understanding of the options. Okay, everybody in the group should be contributing, so we don't have like freeloaders and so forth. So to prepare people to be in a group, okay, even if let's say you are a beginner, you have nothing, you have no prior knowledge about options. So this is where we come up with this 1-month initiation program, so that you come in the group, okay, you know what is happening. Okay, what is this 1-month initiation program about? Okay, there is actually 1 full day of lessons. We call it 1 full day of core module. So this is where you learn about the options basics. You have details about the FETS process. You learn more about the option strategy. And most importantly, you have the trading platform hands-on. Okay, so in fact, prior to the program, Xiong Yo will send you instructions, ask you to sign up for the program, sign up for the platform. And during the course, okay, you will actually practice hands-on. So this one will take 1 day, 1 Saturday. Okay, then after the program, I think about it, after lesson for 1 day, yeah, you learn a lot. Okay, but unlikely for you to dare to have the courage to take the leap tomorrow, immediately go back options. Very unlikely one. So that's why we have this 1-month WhatsApp support group whereby you can ask almost any questions and Xiong Yo will be there to answer you. A very good booster support. It's like, it's just like swimming. We can learn the theory about swimming, but once you jump the pool, it's a different scenario altogether. So you have someone there to actually guide you while you are on the actual trading ground. Okay. And there is also a live trading session. This is a demo. Okay. You will actually watch Xiong Yo trade live. Okay, this one not play. He uses real money. No theory. He uses real money. So this is what happened. There'll be 2 sessions. You'll meet 30 minutes before the market open. He will explain to you what's his trade plan for the day. Then when the market open, you see him execute his trade. And of course, as in all things in life, things don't turn out as planned. Then you'll see how he react, how he repair trades, or how he actually better improve on the situations. So you have 2 live trading. So this is a 1-month initiation program. Okay. So as you can see here, we are not trying to sell classes. Okay. This is definitely not a lecture. Maximum only 12 packs. We are very strict on this. So you are basically on a first name basis. Eventually, you are going to become friends. Definitely not like one huge class where we try to figure out. So I always like to call this a hand holding session by Xiong Yo. Literally hand hold. So in fact, Xiong Yo will tell you, if let's say not because of COVID, he will even hold your hand to press the buy button. Okay. Now, you may ask why we actually want to put in so much effort. Of course, it's better for us to just do a huge class. The thing here is this, okay, we realize options is a professional skill set. As I mentioned up front, options is a more risky strategy. It's a professional tool. We cannot expect that not just by 2-3 days, somebody can acquire the knowledge. Okay, so we don't think that just by sitting lectures, you can actually get it. So this is why we have this initiation program. Then after that, we have the investing group. So until you really understand, really see the actual world, see the actual happening, then before you go and trade. So this is what we actually want to provide to you. Okay. These are just some examples of the WhatsApp support group. As you can see, it's very detailed. Okay, very detailed. It's not like a 1-liner, 2-liner, and sometimes Xiong Yo even post charts to actually illustrate points. And this is the live trade. Of course, if you want, you can even follow his trade, but please remember the disclaimer, to which is own. Nobody can be responsible for investment decision, but of course, if you like, you can actually follow his trade. Okay, now, so this is the investment group we are talking about. We actually call it the Mandi Mastermind virtual gathering. Of course, now everything is virtual for obvious reasons. So basically, there's this 2 main component whereby there's actually still a WhatsApp support group, and you all will meet once a month. Okay, to see the live trade, to actually watch Xiong Yo trade live, and of course have the same discussion. Okay, so of course with this support group, right, WhatsApp support group, any questions, anything can ask anytime. So now you can see, people asking, giving stock ideas. At the same time, people asking stock idea, okay, is it a good time to trade Tesla? Is it a good time to trade Apple, so and so forth? So please take note, we want everybody to come in with the same background. So this is only for participants who went through the initiation program. So this is what I said just now. Sharing our stocks and trade plan. What Xiong Yo execute trade plan. Of course, see live on how he deals with all the what-if scenarios. Okay, the fees, you can see that is actually, I would say, very, very reasonable. $5 for the 1-day call program, $80 for 1-month support group, and $200 for the live trading, only $780. So think about this, $780 to acquire a professional skill set that can potentially become your primary source of income. So Xiong Yo has already proven with options investing, it can become a primary source of income, income for your livelihood. Okay, so for most of us, you understand, if you actually want to acquire a professional skill, we have to go through a tertiary education or take MBA or take a master's program, easily 5-figure, some even 6-figure. So today we are talking about just $780 to acquire a professional skill set. So do your mathematics. Okay. Is it worth it or not? Or is this very, very reasonable? Or put it this way. So let's say if we just joined the initiation program, and all we did is to help you save 6 months of try and error and prevent you from making basic mistake incurring losses. So by the way, you all can go and Google. There's enough story of how people make losses with like naked puts, naked calls. Just now we talk about naked. So the recent one that Xiong shared is this guy, because did one naked call, he lost over like 6-figure. Xiong Yo himself also have made such a mistakes. Okay, losing 5-figure. Of course, he will share more during the class itself. So let's say, you know, by paying this $780, you prevent yourself from making such mistakes. Do you think it's actually worth it or not? So whichever angle, I'm quite sure you agree with me. This 780 is the ROI for this 780 is actually going to be very high. I'll do your own mathematics. For the mastermind program, again, you know, as you can see here, we are not really trying to make money from this. You can see $40 per session. Think about this, only $40 per session. The only thing is we charge in a 6-month block. All you need is actually one trade idea that works enough already. Okay. Or in fact, your ROI, I don't know, will be like 100 times, can be 50, 100 times. So again, you can see basically you are not making money from here as well. So these are the feedback of those who actually went through the initiation program. Of course, currently still in the gathering. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Give us ample opportunity to ask questions. What else? As per what we have preached, risk measure first. Capital preservation should always be your #1 priority. Okay, he sharing his mistakes and valuable lessons that he had learned for his many years of trading. So basically, you expedite the process of your learning how to trade options. Okay, so this is just to give you some sense of what you actually can expect from Xiong Yo. Of course, his style, the way he actually teaches. So again, we want to be very clear. We're not here trying to sell a millionaire course. Very down to earth, risk management, how to use options as a primary source of regular income. Okay, inspire me to be confident. Okay, earn a secondary income stream by trading responsibly. Then what else do we have? Trading options may one day even surpass your primary income. Very patient, dedicated teacher. So this is the reason why even if you are a beginner, I'm happy to leave you in the good hands of Xiong Yo. Okay, so as you can see, here's his persona, very patient. You can ask him questions, very dedicated. If you want to learn from the best option teacher, choose Xiong Yo. I highly recommend him. So this is the feedback from the past participants who went through the 1-month program, and of course, currently in the options gathering. Now, because of COVID, we are able to get some saving from the venue. So to you is just 588. Okay, we actually want to revert some of the cost to you, 588. You can rest assured that next year the price will confirm go up. It doesn't make sense for us to stick at such a low price. I realize very interesting. So sometimes when price is too low, then people think that low means lousy. So we have to increase it. Cannot keep at such low price. So this is the last course with this price. Next year, okay, by the way, obviously December is our last run. Okay, next year the price will confirm go up. So just to be very clear. And to just thank you for staying with us throughout. We still have quite a number of people staying with us. Thank you for attending this full preview. And if you sign up today, and we're just going to have additional, even you sign up today or tomorrow, okay, if you sign up by tomorrow, we are going to give you an additional $50 preview discount. So only 538. Okay, learn a professional skill set. Or either that prevent you from making 5-figure mistakes. Think about it now. Is this cost worth it or not? Only 538. And I believe this is the very last time we are going to offer at this price. Okay, maximum 12 packs. We still have seats. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, there's still seats. But if let's say we have a good problem of once the 12 seats are gone, sorry, we will not accept anymore. So these are the dates. So for the one-day program is actually this coming Saturday. It's confirmed already. Okay, it's confirmed already. It's going to happen this coming Saturday, 4th December, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is the one-day core program. Then the live trading session is actually next Monday and the following Thursday, as you can see here. So if let's say, for example, you cannot make it in this session, not to worry, live trading, you can do makeups. If you want, you can do makeups for subsequent round. Of course, it's going to happen in January. So this one, that one, of course, definitely have to come down. So this is the one you have to commit. Okay, so think about this. Think about this. I think this year, COVID, one thing we have learned is this. We cannot expect everything to be continue to good for many years to come. Let's say, for example, now, even if you have a very good job, even you have a steady income, okay, we cannot expect good days to continue forever. It's always good to be prepared with some additional skill set, or in fact, what I always will say, start opening tabs. Start opening tabs of alternative income stream. So when the bad day comes, okay, at least you are prepared. You don't have to wait for the day come, then kind of scramble to get an alternative income stream source. And of course, for those who are unfortunately affected by COVID, okay, I think this is actually one very good way to generate primary source of income. Xiongyu has demonstrated it's possible. And I think that, for a lot of us, it's also possible as well. So do consider 2021 is coming to the end. Hopefully, with this program, everybody can start in 2022 in a very good note. Okay. So this is what's going to happen here. If you like to register right now to get that $50 preview discount, you just scan on the QR code. Okay, scan on this QR code. And of course, it will bring you to the registration page. You just have to key in this coupon code K8E6YSA5 to qualify for that $50 discount. So only for today and tomorrow. That's it. So scan the QR code right now. If you actually can decide it, great. Okay, so just in case we fill up the 12 packs, I'll scan the QR code right now, key in this, and then your seats will be confirmed if you can register successfully. Of course, if you want to wait for one more day, sure, by tomorrow, the $50 discount will be gone. Of course, if you want, you can just key in the link. I will actually send a link into the chat very soon. Okay, so hopefully this is, we have come to the end of sharing, but please don't go. Okay, as promised, we'll have a little bit of Q&A session. While you key in your questions into the chat, I think I saw some questions there. Please allow me to play this little video to hear again our current members, see what I have to say about this program.
The initial thought of trading options was scary. I was a newbie looking for a way to start. The task feels daunting. I did not know where to begin and what to be mindful of. Hi, my name is Wee Kiang. Earlier this year, I attended the Trading Options for Wealth Accumulation course conducted by Xiongyu. When I was researching for a similar course to attend, there are loads of commentators that talk a good game. I was, however, fortunate to have met Xiongyu, whom I found to be knowledgeable and walks the talk. For a fraction of the price tag quoted by others in the market, he has enabled us, coached us, and given me confidence to embark on the journey, especially the very important first step. He is patient, and his logical method of coaching connects to the participants in the group. Up till now, I continue to have monthly meetings hosted by Xiongyu, who generously shares his idea and experience. The course was both practical and challenging, but Xiongyu's extra step of being involved even after the course has been invaluable in my journey so far. I cannot speak highly enough of the course and the trainer.
Okay, so that is Wee Kiang for you. Okay, so